Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our January 15, 2026 special magistrate hearing for the Building Division. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings at this time, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. Please silence all of your devices. Our first case, Senior Inspector Preston Mark on page 6, property address 15 Southwest 18th Ave, 1-2. Owner, Goran Dragoslavic. Case number BE 25090082. Notice posted at the property on 12/5/25. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Who was here?
Is there a respondent here for 15 Southwest 18th Ave?
Gloria.
He was.
Where's her?
I saw him.
15 Southwest 18th Ave? Okay, if they're here, we'll recall it. If not, okay. Our next case, Senior Inspector Alexander Alvarez on page 31. Property address 17 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. Owner, Thor Gallery at Beach Place, LLC, in care of Ryan LLC, Davina Tavares. Case number BE 25050031. Notice was first heard. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 115/26. One section not complied at $50.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 47-20.20.h, parking facilities not maintained related to concrete spalling observed at the parking garage structure. The respondent is here today to provide an update.
Okay. Please state your name for the record.
Thank you. Good morning, Stephen Tilbrook with Ackerman Law Firm, and I have with me Blake
Strands with Styles Property Management. I'm the property manager.
We've been working with the code officer with a plan. We have gone out to bid. We have bids in for the work. We're going to take some time to readjust those bids in order to meet with the current conditions. And we're in agreement with a 91-day extension to obtain permit.
Okay. Is that agreeable to the city?
The city supports a final 91-day extension.
Okay. 91 days, and we'll suspend the fines during that time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Our next case is on page 23. Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 125 North Birch Road. Owner, Springbrook Gardens, Inc., a condo. Excuse me, can everyone please lower your voices? If you have to speak to someone that's in here with you, please step outside. Thank you. Case number BE 23060052. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 1/18/24. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $10,800, which continues to accrue. There are several extensions noted.
Good morning, Your Honor. Senior Inspector Rich, case and address are as read. I'm going to let the respondent speak. It's a master hearing, but the city is in support of a 126 days extension.
Okay. Thank you. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Thomas Murphy, President of Springbrook Gardens, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the 126-day extension?
Yes, that would be very good.
Okay. And all right. I will suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you very much, and
you.
thank the city.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 14. Inspector Russell Castile, property address 340 Sunset Drive, 1008. Owner, 340 Sunset Drive, 1008 LLC. Case number BE 25090032. Notice posted at the property on 10/31/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record. The button in front. Push the button on the...
Hi,
Yeah,
I'm
there you
Joseph
go.
Rodriguez.
Okay. All right. Are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance by taking care of these permits within the next 126 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Our next case is on page 29, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 971 Southwest 31st Street. Owner, Rosa Izaguirre Acosta, homestead exempted. Victor Hugo Rivera, case number BE 2408-0231. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $950.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting administrative fees to be imposed. I would let the respondent speak.
Okay. Can you tell me what the fees are? Is that the $950?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Please state your name for the record. Okay. Are you in agreement with the imposition of it?
Can you
Push the button. Thank you. Are you in agreement with the imposition of the city's cost only, no fines? So it comes to $950.
No, miss. I just I was asking my inspector to if he can reduce the fines because we already came to compliance. This whole thing happened because I didn't know that I needed a GC in order to complete the driveway, and after going back and forward with the city for about a year, they ended up telling me that I would need a general contractor, and I can't do it by my own. So that's what the whole thing happened. And after that, after they told me that I need to hire a GC, I went to hire a GC, and I already came in compliance.
Excuse me one second.
And we're
In the back, can we keep it down, please? Because the audio, we're being audio recorded, and all of that background noise catches up.
And we're about
Thank
a
you.
week to wrapping this thing up and finishing the project.
Okay. Anything else from the city? All right. I'll reduce it to $500.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 25, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 3537 Gulf Ocean Drive. Owner 3537 Gulf Ocean Drive, LLC. Case number BE 2501-0048. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,450. City is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $1,176.
She left.
So let's pass it.
Okay, our next case is on, we'll have to call it back. Our next case is on page 29. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1221 Southwest 29th Street. Owner Marcus Vitale Jr., case number BE 2411-0146. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting to impose fines. The respondent is here to speak.
Please state your name for the record, whoever's going to speak.
Sorry. It's Marcus Vitale, Jr.
Okay, why haven't we pulled these permits?
They've been applied for. We're waiting for them to be approved. We applied for them once, and then they got canceled, so we had to apply for them again.
Okay.
It's just kind of been a lot of back and forth. I mean, I have had all the plumbers have been out, the survey's been, I've done all of the architects been, I've done all of the pieces. It's just we're waiting for them.
Okay, all right.
So how much time would you need to?
90 days is fine.
90 days should be fine.
Okay, all right, I'll give you 91 days and suspend the fines during that time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Property address 1640 Northeast 5th Court. Okay. Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address, oh, I just said that. Owner 1640 Victoria Park Land Trust. Ironwood Comp Group LLC trustee. Case number BE 24120008. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fine $7,400. City is requested to reduce the administrative cost of $900.
President Mark, Bill Inspector for the city presenting case and address is read. This case has complied. The city is requesting that administrative fines be imposed of $900. I'll let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
It's Jack Lombard.
Okay, are you in agreement with the reduction from $7,400 to administrative costs of $900?
I do agree with it, but I would like to request maybe a reduction of the current reduction. I do take accountability for the delay, but I'm compliant now and would like to.
I think a reduction from $7,400 to $900 is more than fair, so.
Definitely fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to impose the city costs.
Okay, no problem.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
It doesn't hurt to try, right?
Yeah, it doesn't
All
hurt
right.
to try.
Thank you, guys.
Our next case is on page 16. Inspector Russell Castile. Property address 2641 Southwest 12th Terrace. Owner Oscar H. Herrera. Case number BE 2508-0115. Notice posted at the property on 12/10/25. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/31/25. One moment, please.
No, he's gonna be with me now.
He's gonna translate for you?
No, we need an inspector.
Okay. Alex, are you available? Oh, thank you.
Just in case I stay.
Alex, do you swear?
Hi, I swear.
You swear to inspector?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you swear to translate from Spanish to English and English to Spanish?
You.
And tell
Just
the
in
truth?
case.
Amen. I mean, thank you.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Okay, can you let him know what the violation is about and what the city is proposing?
Okay.
Thank you.
El inspector Russell Castillo, él es el inspector que está asignado a este caso de un permiso expirado. El caso es BE 2508-0115. El caso es por un permiso expirado. La ciudad está pidiendo a la magistrada que le dé una extensión de 126 días para ponerle en caso que no esté en violación o una multa de $50 por día después de los 126 días. Ustedes tienen ahora que hablarle, explicarle.
We submit a new permit. We submit a new permit. We try to get I pay a new architect, $7,000. It since 2023, and it still don't come through. We submit. He's the general contractor, the new one, and he submit the permit, and always something, the
They
latest.
They have a renewal applied for. Yeah, I see that, I see you do have a renewal applied for. And it's awaiting client replies?
Yes.
So you just need to give them the information they need?
That one, and the main thing I'm here, that way we don't answer is because I need to be in front to help me up. The problem I do have right now is the elevation of the house is 5 meters over the level of the ocean, and now they require the new construction be 4 inches up. So I like to see if they let me do the rest of the house, the garage elevation, to about even to the whole house. Please, I need that help because that stop me there. It don't let me go through to the next step.
Okay, can you ask him if he thinks he can get this done within the next 126 days?
El permiso es, el caso es por un permiso expirado. Lo que tiene es que renovar el permiso y ya. You understand what I'm saying? In Spanish? Right, but this is for an expired permit. So all you need to do for this case is renew the permit. That will go through either through the review process or through the permit process. It's not, you know, I think you're mixing two things. This, the case here today.
This is the old permit, right?
Yes.
We've been submit a new one for 2 years already. The new one.
You will
And they
be,
never go through. Something happened and the building department always it's not this way. You're gonna send to the architect. We're gonna fix here. We're gonna fix there. At the end, the survey it be a 5 meter level, but now the new construction, the city require 5 meter 4 inches. I like to, and the new one, when I've been submit with him, he been doing that one. Always we have that problem. How we can to make the house even with 5 meters.
Okay.
I need that favor.
I'm gonna grant the 126 days, and if you run into a problem and need additional time, contact the inspector and request it. Do you understand?
Perfect.
Okay. All right, because after that, $50 a day will start to run.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm doing,
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Our next case is on page 24, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez. Property address 1200 Southwest 29th Street. Owner Manuel E. Ramos. Case number BE 24080209. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Martinez, updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Manuel Ramos, good morning.
Okay, can you tell me why this property is not in compliance yet?
It was for a fence that was put up, and I have not made it a priority to get the permit. Ran into some early frustrations with trying to submit it through the system, went some back and forth with the individual that was supporting me, and I neglected to comply.
City's position on further
Okay,
extension?
so I spoke with the complainant, and he said that he might remove the fence, so the city won't oppose to a 35-day extension,
All right,
and to stop the fines.
all right, that seems reasonable. All right, 35-day extension, and you're either going to remove the fence or take care of the permit. You understand?
That's correct.
All
Yes,
right, and because after that, the fines will continue to run. I'll suspend them for 35 days, but that's it.
I understand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Our next case is on page 2, Senior Inspector Alexander Albores. Property address 909 Breakers Ave. Owner, Breakers of Fort Laud Condo Association. Case number BE 25120097. Notice delivered via personal service on 12/17/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. This property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280C for building parts not maintained related to the ramp structure, including the steel I-beams and round steel columns extending from the right-of-way to the second floor garage. It's in a state of disrepair. This case was opened on 12/11/2025. Inspection report sent 12/15/2025. Records show that permit BLD-CMIS-25120395 for emergency parking garage ramp shoring was issued on 12/30/2025. At this time, the repair documentation has not yet been submitted for review, nor any repairs have been performed. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 61 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter and a mandatory reappearance. Respondent is here to speak.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Thank you. Nicole Bloom Dion, the attorney for the breakers, and we are definitely in agreement with that.
Okay, is
Thank
this
you.
area structurally sound? I mean, is it a...
I believe it is right now. As far as I know of, we got the repair drawings in, which the building inspector knows. We're just gonna we're getting the bid and then moving forward, and hopefully it should be done within 3 to 4 weeks, I think was what we're thinking, but he granted us extra time just in case to make sure it's
All
completed.
right, 61 days or $50 a day thereafter.
And
Pardon me? Oh, and in order to reappear, so that would be on my March 17th docket.
Perfect.
Of course, if it comes into compliance before then, have him inspect, and then you'll be taken off the docket.
Perfect. If not, I will see you on St. Patrick's Day.
All right, thank you.
Our next case, Chief Martinez, on page 25. Property address, what page? 1 second. 1560 Argyle Drive. Owner, John S. and Adele Natal Peets. Case number BE 23080369. This case was first heard on 3/21/24 to comply by 5/2/24. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $4,100. City is requesting to reduce to administrative cost of $575.
Chief Martina representing the city. Case and address as read. The case is complied. I'm gonna let the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
John S. Peets.
Okay, Mr. Peets, are you in agreement with the reduction in fines to administrative costs of $575?
Are you in agreement with a fine of $575?
I appreciate the reduction, but I wonder if you go a little lower. I spent thousands of dollars with this 25-year inspection thing. It's taken me over 2 years to comply.
Well, considering that the fines were $4,100 and...
I understand that. I think at this point I want to explain why I was late. I've lived at that address for over 30 years. I've had a few violations, as anyone can imagine. I've always complied on time. This one was a little different. This gentleman will tell you why I was late.
Last year, I had...
State your name for the record.
My name is James Masters. I'm his friend. Last year, I had to go to Spain to look after my mother, who was in the process at that time of dying, and I was unable to come back and take care of my own code violations. I had a violation with my boats out back, which hadn't been well maintained because I hadn't washed them because I was out of the country for a year. And we then had to scrap one of the boats. I asked John to do that, and it was a lot more complicated than you can imagine, and it took him all his free time because he works, and so it was fixing my code violations that delayed him finally coming into compliance with his little 2-story building.
And I might add that I did file the permit application before the deadline. I wasn't aware that the permit had to be approved. That process is incredibly long. incredibly difficult. I'm not a professional dealing with this city. It took just short of 6 weeks for that permit to go through. But I had applied for the permit before the deadline, which was November 1st that year.
And I think there was a prior hearing.
Say again?
The prior hearing was dismissed.
Oh, and I had a prior hearing a year or more ago about this exact same violation, and it was dismissed. So when I got this letter, I'm going like, this must be a mistake. Everything is downtown taken care of. All of the inspections have been done and approved by the city and acknowledged by the city. And now I come to find the city wants more money. I got to go down and do it all over again. It kind of blew me away. I thought it was a mistake originally. I still think it was a mistake. So I'm pleading to the court to understand the situation. Had it not been for my buddy James here, we've been friends for over 50 years, I would have complied. But it took 5 weeks to fix his mess. And I worked day and night. I have a regular 40-hour job. I worked every weekend, rain or shine, and I have the documents to prove it. I don't think I need to do that. I think you understand the situation.
I got the docs from.
Okay. Are there rental units in the property?
I can't hear what she's saying.
Say again?
I said, are there rental units on the property?
Are there rental units on the property?
Yes. The reason that, I tried to apply for an owner permit but they went through the city for a couple of days and they found out it was multifamily, and it doesn't say that on the application for owner contractor, which I have a copy of here, but this whole thing was a nightmare, and it just went from one problem to the next, and it escalated into, what we're dealing with right now. Laura Lyons was a godsend downtown. She helped me in every step of the way. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. One last thing. I think this is to do with the permit for the annual inspection that was introduced after the building in Miami fell down. And this is really meant to protect people in high-rise buildings.
James.
This is just a little two-story.
Well, actually,
Forget
the 40-year program has existed for decades here in Broward and Miami-Dade.
I don't have a problem with the law. I'm good with that.
Your Honor, I believe that it's more than fair, the amount of money that the city is requesting. I mean, the reduction was to $12.75, and then we cut it to $5.75.
Yeah. I think that the violations was found to exist, and to get back city cost is perfectly fair, of $575, and that's what I'm going to order.
Yeah, she
Thank you.
said she finds it fair.
Thank you.
These little debts.
No reduction.
You got a reduction from $4,100 to city cost of $575, and I believe that's fair.
Our next case is on page 26. Chief Martinez, property address 1900 South Ocean Drive, owner Breakwater Towers Corp. Case number BE 2407-0339. This case was first heard on 3/20/25 to comply by 5/1/25. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $7,500, which continues to accrue.
Chief Martinez, representing the city, case and address as read. The building is not in compliance. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning. Tim Hartley from Breakwater Towers. We had Mr. San, good to see you. We had a phone conference on this matter back on December 8th to discuss what we needed to do to bring this into compliance. And so in order to do so, we've not only provided to the city the plans for the restoration work prepared by Batista Engineering, but also a letter certifying that the property is safe to occupy while the repairs are going on. The electrical repairs have been completed. I think the only thing that needs to be completed is the structural work, the cement work, which again is not life safety work. It's more in the nature of cosmetic work. And so we have the plans out to bid for contractors. So we would ask for a further extension to come into compliance.
Good morning. Ronald Montoya Hassan with the City Attorney's Office. So, Your Honor, as you know, and I believe as we explained on the call, in order for the city to be able to grant an extension under the program, there needs to be an active permit. So once there's a permit in active status, then the engineer of record would submit a signed and sealed letter, as council has stated, saying that there's no imminent, the building is still safe to occupy, there's no imminent threat, and then there's additional time can be granted. So they're, in the process, it sounds like they've got the plans prepared, so once that's been accepted and the permit's been issued, then we can.
What about the report? Has that been?
The report states that repairs are required. They should have applied for a permit, and so they can provide us with the letter from the engineer of record as Rhonda explained, and that we can grant 180 days. But at this point, what I recommend him to do is, as soon as your permit is issued, you provide us a letter, even that the fines are going to be imposed, it will stop the fines. So you have the 180 days without the fines and keep accruing.
Right, and since we're out through the bid process, I'm pretty confident we should be able to get a permit. It's depending on the city and the timing.
And then you can either come before me again to, or you can go through the amnesty program, which reduces it to about, what, 15%, is it now?
We're doing what we can to comply.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to impose the fine, and you're going to get the permit done as quick as possible, and the fines then will stop, and you'll have 180 days, is it, to complete everything?
Once the letter is, once the letter is submitted to the city, again, by the engineer, with referencing the active permit, and with that language signed and sealed, then we can stop and the fines accruing and give the 180-day extension.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Our next case is on page 31. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 213 Royal Palm Drive. Owner, Maury Legacy Foundation, Inc., case number BE 251-00165. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 12/18/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $500.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address as read. The property was cited for violation of City Ordinance 9-280B for building parts not maintained related to roof covering, roof trusses, fascia, and soffit. At this time, the violation remains. This is a mandatory reappearance, and the council is here to provide an update.
So thank you, and I will give good news to you all and the neighborhood. We got our engineering report back, and we haven't even received the written report, but we got the verbal report, and we will be demolishing the house. So we are just asking for 60 days to apply for the demolition permit. Got the report. I got it Tuesday night. I was notified by the client that they are now soliciting demolition contractors, and will submit for a permit, and we'll demolish the structure on the property.
Okay. I don't think you stated your name for the record,
Oh,
Jack.
I'm sorry, Jack Seiler.
Okay.
Representing Maury Foundation, and we would just ask for 60 days to get the demolition permit issued.
All right. Is there any objection to 61 days?
At this time, the city does not support the extension. However, the city will assist with the permitting process. When the permit is submitted, we will assist with the expediting. And if the property is indeed demolished within 61 days, the city will reconsider removing any accrued fines when that time comes.
Okay.
And I'd ask for the 60 days to get the permit. And if there's some, middle ground, I mean, obviously, they'll expedite the permit. That helps us, and that would probably expedite the demolition. But we just got the report. Remember, I reported last time when I was here, we had ordered the inspection report from the engineer. I haven't even gotten the written report yet, but I told them, just give me the verbal when it was done. It was done, and we are going to demolish it, and we being my client. They just said they need to now submit for demolition, the demolition contractors.
Okay.
So I think, Your Honor, as a practical matter, by the time it comes back for a Massey, certainly there would be an update that if the permits were in and issued or in process or whatever the inspector was just showing me, major problems with the structure and electrical going back to 2021, 2022. The property is in quite the state of disrepair. I think hence why the city would prefer to go this route, but I think that still gives the property owner time to get it done.
Either way, you're going to get like 30
At
days,
least, yeah.
At least 35 days anyway.
But I will, this is a 25 violation. The other violations, you complied, those ones from before, because we had a contractor we hired and the city complied them. So it's a 25 violation that we're on. And remember, the contractor came in, and so, I mean, this is a 25 violation. I'm just asking for 60 days if there's a compromise, but to start the fine now would be, after we just got the report 2 nights ago, after telling you we ordered it last time. I put it on the record that we had ordered the inspection, and I would just ask for some period of time to get the demolition permit, because I don't know how long it's going to take to get a demolition contractor to submit the permit. That's my concern. And maybe there's a middle ground here, but to start the fine now would, be pretty prejudicial on a 25 case. And because you can talk about the 21 and 22, but those were all complied.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
No, only that the old cases were for work without permit, so they became complied because there was a permit issued to demolish or remove, some of the interior wall covering and things like that, but there was never a permit issued to put it back together. Not that it's in violation in terms of work without permit, because they didn't put it back together. But a permit was required if they were going to put it back together. So this time, some of the interior wall coverings is just removed, and they did get a permit to make that removal. That's why those cases became, they are compliant.
Okay, all right. So the city would object to a compromise of a 35-day extension to get the permit?
We will be, the city will support suspension of fines when the time comes, if indeed there's progress. I guess the big issue here is that it's been 2 years and it's still, there hasn't been progress per se. So that's the concern. Extension at this point is not really helping the situation.
All right, I'm going to deny the request for an extension. Sorry.
So it will come back as a Massey whenever it's reset.
But during that time, you can get the permit and stop, and then you come back and tell me, and we'll go from there.
So when are the fines starting?
When do they start?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And how much a day? I mean, it's just, because remember, the original hearing, the reason it got rolled was because they didn't notice me, and I've been counsel of record since 21.
Yeah,
and that was the issue for some of these delays, was no notice went to the attorney of record.
Mm-hmm.
And this had to get continued. So the problem is I came in here last month after getting proper notice, advised you guys that we would get a quick inspection done. We got it done. We're now going to get a demolition. But to fine on a 25 case with absolutely no, truthfully, no leeway, it just seems a little harsh.
All right,
I mean,
sorry.
what's the fine amount?
It's 500. Is that what's accrued so far? Is that 500 a day?
There's no fine accrued. The fine was suspended last time.
Yeah. Starting tomorrow.
But there is no fine to date, right?
No. No, there's no accumulated fine. So when you come back for the Massey, if you got the permit, we'll take care of it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 31. Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 405 North Victoria Park Road. Owner Scott M. Stewart. Case number BE 2502-0158. This case was first heard on 9/18/25. To comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting that this case be rescheduled for a Massey hearing. I would let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Carmen Rodriguez. I'm representing the property owner, Mr. Scott. We are helping him with this case. So we would like to request 61 days because we already work on the case. We comply with the issue that we have with the fence. We apply for the permit for the water heater, and we get the microfilm to see the issue that we have with the laundry room. So we are working on that. So we would like to have 61 days to be able to complete and comply the case.
Okay. Any objection?
No.
Okay. 61 days, and I'll suspend the fines during that time.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Our next case is on page 30, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 2426 Key Largo Lane, owner Anthony Manella, case number BE 24090021. This case was first heard on 5/15/25, to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $950.
Do we have a property owner here?
2426 Key Largo Lane. Did they speak with you, person, that they were leaving?
All right, let's move on.
Page 23, is Alex still in there? Okay. Page 20, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1948 Southwest 28th Terrace, owner Sugil and Daniel Anna, case number BE 25080216. Notice posted at the property on 11/26/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Morning. Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionescu, presenting the case and address as read. This case is comply.
Okay.
Which case was it, the first one? It's complied.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You can go. Free to go.
First case. First case.
Page 28, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 3081 East Commercial Boulevard, owner Sunnyvale Corp. NV, case number BE 24120112. This case was first heard on 7/17/25, to comply by 10/16/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fine $7,000. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $876.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case has complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to administrative costs. The defendant is here to speak on his own behalf.
Please state your name for the record.
Brian Spore.
Okay. Are you in agreement with the reduction from $7,000 to city cost of $876?
Yeah.
Good move. Thank you.
Our next case is on page 15, Inspector Russell Castillo, property address 2308 Southeast 18th Street, owner Russ's Property LLC, case number BE 25080185. Notice posted at the property on 11/10/26. That doesn't make sense. 11/10/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard 12/31/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the City of Fort Lauderdale, presiding case and address as read. The property was cited for work without permit under FBC 2023, Section 105.1 for expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance for a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Hi, Bridget Brown.
Okay. Are you in agreement with bringing the property into compliance by getting the permit within 126 days? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
126 days, or $50 a day thereafter. So if you run into a problem, make sure you contact the inspector. All right.
Our next case is on page 23. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1804 Southwest 20th Street, 1-2. Owner, Sage Community LLC, case number BE 24080024. This case was first heard on 2/20/25 to comply by 6/19/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $5,900. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,005.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. Case is complied as stated in the agenda. Respondent is here to speak.
Good morning. My name is Rebecca Dedlani. I'm actually going to see if we could reduce the fines a little bit more. The only reason it took so long was because the AC units broke while it was tenant occupied, and then the tenant was disabled, so it was very hard to coordinate with them to be able to get contractors in there to actually do all of the work and get it permitted and stuff like that. So if we could reduce the fines any more.
Okay. Anything else from the city?
We pretty much waived the fines. We're just requesting the admin costs.
Right. All right, I'm going to impose the admin costs.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you.
day.
Is there a respondent here for 90 Isle of Venice? Thank you. Our next case is on page 6, 90 Isle of Venice Drive. Owner, 90 Isle of Venice LLC. Case number BE 25080117. Notice posted at the property on 12/24/25. Posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under section 9-280B. There's deterioration to the seawall, including but not limited to the concrete spalling, cracking, etc. These defects have affected the structural integrity of the seawall and is considered in disrepair. The case was opened 9/18/2025. Inspection report mailed 8/20/2025. And the special magistrate notice mailed 10/2/2025. I visited this property to investigate the complaint as noted. During my inspection, I did observe that the seawall was fenced off and showed signs of deterioration. I also contacted the owner and had access to the engineering report vis-a-vis the BSIP code case BE 2401014, which confirmed the above findings. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Good morning, Stephanie Miorca with Stephanie Tooth Acres office on behalf of the owner. We would appreciate the extension. The owner does have full state and county approvals. We're just awaiting the submission of the city demolition permit, but we do have a signed proposal and we're ready to begin mobilization. So we would appreciate the extension to complete the
Thank
demo.
you very much. 126 days or $100 a day thereafter.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you. All righty, bye.
Our next case is on page 24. Property address 2440 Northeast 25th Place. Case number BE 25020084. Owner Michael Bluen. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $5,900, which continues to accrue.
Inspector Martinez, updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Hi there, my name is Michael Bloom. I purchased this property off of Investor a few years ago. When I went to go sell the property, I got flagged for a lot of stuff that was already done to the property. I've already spent almost $20,000 getting all the plans and everything to correct that. In that process, I was opened up with additional code violations for permitted work that went all the way back to when my home was constructed. I was not able, I mean, one of the things, they wanted a new roof, a 30-year-old permitted roof that they came back and said that there was an issue after the fact. I wasn't able to go ahead and continue with the renovations. I just signed a deal with an investor to go ahead and knock it down. That paperwork has already been submitted to the city. I would really appreciate a significant reduction in those fines, and if we could do some form of stipulated agreement, because I think over the next month, we're going to be knocking that down.
Well, I won't reduce the fines until the property's in compliance, okay? So the question is, does the city have a problem with any more extensions now that you know that the property's being demoed?
Okay, so we can do the 91 day?
91 days?
Yeah, and we can stop the fines.
Okay, 91 days, we'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Okay.
And that should be plenty of time for you to get the demo permit, et cetera. And if you run into a problem, make sure you contact the inspector before those fines start to accrue again.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I'm going to be well within that. Is there a way to get an agreement so we don't have to come back and do this whole thing after again? I work in title, so I've done stipulated agreements with the city in the past.
Well, that's up to the city if they want to do it, but my policy is unless the property's in compliance. But with a sale pending, you know, I mean, I'm willing to entertain a stipulated agreement if the city is so inclined.
Yeah, I have the demo paperwork signed and that was submitted and everything for the sewer cap removal and all that.
Yeah, but we still have to wait for the case to be complied. Then we can discuss the fines.
Yeah.
Do you still own the property?
I still, well, it recently transferred to my LLC to do the demolition deal.
Okay.
So no, you don't.
No, not wholly anymore.
Okay, so what is the significance of that?
I was curious because the property records, I did a name search and it didn't come up that he owned the property, so. But if he's the principal, it's fine.
Okay. All right. 91 days and we'll suspend the fines. The quicker you get it done, the quicker we can wrap it up for you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Our next case is on page 8, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 3800 West Davie Boulevard. Owner, Tools and Much More, Inc., case number BE 2508-0049. Notice posted at the property on 11/26/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for 2 violations. One, Florida Building Code 2023, 111.1.1. The use and occupancy of this property was changed from the originally permitted occupancy classified as an accessory storage building to a tire repair shop without obtaining the required permits and certificate of occupancy from the building department. The second violation is a violation for illegally altering the building by construction, making various alterations to the property, including the addition of a partition wall and tire equipment, compressor, and other items that were installed on the property without a permit. The case was opened 9/7/2025, inspection report mailed 8/12/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 10/2/2025. During my inspection, I visually observed that the accessory building or storage facility was converted into a retail tire shop. I met with the owner, Ms. Ada Sanchez, who indicated that she did have a permit for operating at this location. However, we later found out that a business tax license was not approved. I spoke with the owner, Mr. Jose Gonzalez, who indicated that when he bought this property, he was not aware that it could not be rented as a tire shop. We requested an inspection of the other section of the property, which was being used as a storage for the bar lounge located at the front end of the property. Further research also verified that all of the tire equipment installed at the location was done without permits. At present, they have submitted the change of use permit BLDGN 25110403, which is under review. The business address of this part of the property, or the building at the back of the property, has been changed to 1271 Southwest 38th Avenue, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance, or a fine of $100 a day thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Okay.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth, to translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English? Thank you.
Okay. Can you explain to them these violations?
¿Usted entendió lo que él dijo? Más o menos. Voy a... ¿Qué parte no entendió? ¿Todo no entendió? He understands for the most part everything the inspector
Okay.
said.
Are they in agreement to bring the property in compliance within 126 days or face a fine of $100 a day?
That's per violation, right?
Yes.
¿Usted está de acuerdo traer la propiedad en que no tenga violación en 126 días? O how much is the fine? 50?
$100.
O $100 por día de multa por cada violación, 126 días. So the tire shop, Preston, he's saying they're here for the tire shop.
I don't understand the question.
Son dos cosas, le está hablando de los dos lados. Estamos
Pero es una propiedad.
Yo, del edificio que está ahí, solo un lado del tire shop es un bay. Es un bay nada más.
Pero es una propiedad completa. Is it all one property?
Yes.
Es todo una propiedad.
Pero yo no rento todo, solo un bay.
She rent only one bay.
Only one bay.
Which bay?
The tire shop.
The tire shop.
The facility was built as a storage unit. It was converted into a tire shop without a change of use permit. And they've applied for that.
La propiedad se aprobó como para estoraje y la convirtieron en un negocio de llantas.
Cuando yo fui, ellos me dijeron que podía hacerlo, me dieron la lista de todo lo que se podía. Yo sometí el business tax y todo, y me decían que lo iban a mandar por correo y nunca lo enviaban. Cada vez que iba era lo mismo al tiempo de COVID. En ese tiempo estaba cerrado.
El business tax y el Florida Building Code son dos cosas diferentes.
Sí.
Está citando por lo que nunca aplicaron para permiso y el cambio de uso.
Sí se aplicó, pero nunca lo enviaron.
O sea, no tienen permiso, se aplicó, pero no tienen permiso.
Nunca lo resolvieron, pero
Okay.
yo solo rento un bay, el del otro lado, el izquierdo. Exacto, el izquierdo. El otro es storage del
Alex.
bar que está al lado.
Excuse me, I just want to clarify, Chief Martinez representing the city. The question that she's asking is that if she gets the permit for the change of use on the tire shop, would that comply the case? That's her question.
If she gets a...
If she has a permit applied already for the change of use on her business.
No. It's a change of use for the building, not for just one bay.
But based on her business, if that change of use is approved, would that comply the case?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
But what about the construction without a permit?
What that one violation, sorry, the one violation would be complied, and the second violation, she would need to get permits to comply the other violations for work without permit.
Just to clarify, the second violation is for...
Partition walls and the installation of the tire equipment, etc.
La segunda violación, ¿usted la entendió?
Eso es lo que no.
She doesn't understand the second violation. let me look
Well,
at
well, she is not the owner of the property. The owner of the property
Okay.
split the building into 2 units and rented one side out for her, which was converted into a tire shop, and the second unit is still a storage.
¿Usted es el dueño de la propiedad? Okay. Usted tiene una propiedad que fue dividida. Okay. Usted tiene alquilando ella una inquilina suya de un lado. El inspector está citando el building completo, el lado de ella y el tire shop. ¿Me explico? Los 2 lados. ¿Entiende ahora?
Ahora, eso fue lo que yo no
Okay.
entendía.
Eso
Quería
por eso
aclarar
son 2 violaciones.
Sí.
Oh, now.
He understands?
Yeah, he understands now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think, Your Honor, also, because it seems like there's a lot, probably prudent to do a notice, a mandatory reappearance, just in case they're not in compliance.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to grant the 126 days or $100 a day per violation, and I'm going to issue an order to reappear on my May 21st docket. If everything's complied and they get it off the books before then they don't have to come.
Van a dar 126 días de extensión y tienen que volver aquí en 126 días para ver si ya cumplieron con lo que tenían que cumplir, ¿ok?
Yo represento mi lado. El otro lado no lo
El dueño, es que usted no tiene nada que ver, es el dueño. Nosotros no la estamos citando a usted, estamos citando al dueño. Is that correct? We're citing the owner.
Yeah, we're citing the owner.
Yeah, nosotros estamos citando al dueño. Usted es el responsable, ¿ok? 126 days por violación o $100 de multa por cada violación. Pero en 126 días tiene que volver otra vez aquí para darle un update y Dios permite todo está compliance.
Yo entiendo eso, pero es que yo vengo y soy responsable de mi parte. Pero
Eso es entre ustedes dos, sí.
Para que él entienda, lo deberían de explicar eso a él. ¿Qué es lo que tiene el otro lado que se tiene que
Yo se lo explico allá afuera. Okay, I'll explain out there, okay?
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone.
Our next case is on page 19. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1717 Bayview Drive, owner Trefor Benbow, case number BE 25080098. Notice posted at the property on 11/19/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Good morning. Good morning again. Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionescu, presenting the case and address as read. Their expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case has not been compliant. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Truffer Bembo.
Okay, what is the status of these permits?
I have literally signatures of every one of these permits completed. I talked to them. I was in the hospital most of last year. I got out in November. I did call and talk to them. Apparently all the permits are signed, but there's some kind of T not crossed in some form somewhere. And I did contact my contractor, and I contacted him. I thought he was going to take care of it. He didn't. I contacted him last week. I tried to take care of it, but for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure I even have the letter that's missing. It's not done, but this was finished. The final walkthrough done by the city was done in like 10/22. I didn't find out till like 2 months ago that these permits expired. No letters, no nothing. And now, like, I'm confused because everything was done. The final walkthrough was done. There was a signature.
Okay,
there is one letter missing.
Okay, what's the city's request?
The city is requesting 126 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, is that okay with you, 126 days?
Yeah, but I'd like to have it done here. I have like every form, whatever letter they need. If I can't get my contractor to like do this, like I can call this person and get this letter. Nothing was done everything was done by the book to the T. I think you're missing is just a form from a letter that I have like a stamp from the state.
Okay, so
that he was like,
126 days
Yeah.
should be plenty of time, or $50 a day thereafter. Thank you.
Okay.
If you have any questions, make sure you keep in touch with the inspector. Yes.
Our next case is on page 5, property address 2518 Will Harbor Lane. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, the case number BE 25070086, owner Oz Aharon. Notice posted at the property on 11/26/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: fence, removal of a window, installation of a new door, and a roof wood patio or a deck. The city will request 129 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
What was the amount of time? I'm sorry. What?
129?
126?
Oh, sorry, 126.
Okay, $50 a day. Please state your name for the record.
Eva Guzman, I'm here on behalf of Oz Aharon.
Okay, are you in agreement with the 126 days?
Yes,
or $50 a
absolutely.
day? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Our next case is on page 10. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 1115 Northwest 19th Street. Case number BE 25010227. Owner Nikita Toussaint and homestead exempted Melissa Toussaint. Case number, I'm sorry, I already said that. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Good morning. I need to be sworn in. I wasn't here earlier.
Okay. He needs to be sworn in. He wasn't here earlier.
Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. This case was first inspected on January 28, 2025 by previous Inspector Williams, and the following violation was found. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at the property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to new fence. Inspection report was mailed out on January 30th, 2025 and scheduled for the special magistrate hearing on October 1st, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 13th, 2026, and the violation remains. There are 2 permit applications on file. BLD-GEN-25020492 is currently in the plan set submitted status as of February 26, 2025, and LND-INST-250506163 is currently open as of May 9, 2025. There has been no movement on the mentioned permits as of those dates. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Please state your name for the record.
Nikita Toussaint.
Okay, are you in agreement to wrap up this permitting within the next 126 days or face a fine of $50 a day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 27. Inspector Andrew Gebbia. Property address 2171 Southwest 23rd Ave. Owner 2171 23rd LLC. Case number BE 24120065. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,000, which continues to accrue.
Good morning. Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not complied. A building renewal has been submitted. I will let the respondent speak.
Good morning. John Kopani with Kopani Construction. I'm the GC for the owner.
All right, what's the status and why is it taking so long?
So there were 2 violations associated with this address. We complied with one. This second case is an expired permit, a roof permit, which we built the structure over this. We thought that this could just be voided since it's no longer a roof. But after speaking with Andrew and Joe,
How much time do you think you need?
Probably 90 days. We just have to, Lauderdale just has to finish processing the renewal, and then we just schedule final inspection.
Okay. Any objection to 91 days?
It will definitely take less than that.
I would
but
say 61.
All right. We'll start with 61. If you run into a problem, contact the inspector.
Okay.
During that time, I'll
Yeah,
suspend the fines.
Perfect. The other case?
That's complied.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah.
Are there any
But
fines?
I still have to present it, right? Andrew, you talking about the one on page 28?
Yeah, I think it's complied, but maybe
It's complied, but we have to, the fines.
Yes, we have to. Yes.
Our next case is on page 28, property address 2171 Southwest 23rd Ave, owner 2171 23rd LLC, case number BE 25010009. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines, $8,800. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $823.
Andrew Gabbia, building inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is complied. The city is requesting the fines be reduced to the administrative costs. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
John Copani with
Okay.
Copani Construction.
Are you in agreement with the reduction to city costs?
Yes, I am.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 21, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 3600 Gulf Ocean Drive, owner Edgewater Arms, Inc., case number BE 25080139. Notice delivered by personal service on 12/8/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Good morning, Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionescu, presenting the case and address as read. There are expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case has not complied. The city is requesting 126 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Please state your name for the record.
Michelle Saka, and I just wanted to let you know that we are in the process of complying. We've signed a contract with the original contractor who has now changed names of their company from Atlantic Southern to Rose Paving. I have that. We're proceeding with the seal coating of the parking lot.
Okay, so are you in agreement with 126-day extension?
Yeah, with a small question, because this is a co-op, so we have to do this in phases, like 2 or 3 phases to get the cars off the property. If for some reason this goes longer,
If it goes longer and you're having a problem, contact the inspector.
Yes.
And tell him you want to request another extension. And then it'll be put
Okay.
back on my docket, okay?
Okay, excellent.
All
Thank you.
right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 3, Inspector Linda Holloway, property address 2640 Southwest 18th Street, case number BE 25050138, owner Begzad Kosik, homestead exempted Elvis Kosik. Notice posted at the property on 12/10/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Good morning, Inspector Linda Holloway, City of Fort Lauderdale Building Division, presenting case BE 25050138, property address 2640 Southwest 18th Street. The property was inspected on May 30th, 2025, and the following violation was observed as depicted in the photos. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limiting to a driveway. On May 30th, an inspection report was mailed to the owner on Broward County Property Appraiser's website. On June 6th, I spoke with the owner via telephone. I've also been in contact with the owner's son. On July 7th, permit application BLD-GEN-2 25070098 was submitted and is currently in the review process. The city is requesting 126 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Okay, please state your name for the record.
Begzad Kosik.
Okay, are you in agreement to bring the property into compliance within 126 days or face a fine of $50 a day thereafter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Our next three cases, unfortunately, the respondent won't come up here because they don't have power of attorney, but they just want to hear what the results are. On page 18, Inspector Severian Ionescu, property address 790 Southwest 21st Terrace, case number BE 25080217, owner Angela's Properties LLC. Notice posted at the property on 12/5/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Good morning. Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city of on behalf of Severian, presenting the case and address as read. There are permits that expire related to this property. As stated in today's agenda, this case has not been compliant. The city is requesting 126 days to comply or $50 per day thereafter.
Anything else? Yeah. Okay, so ordered.
Thank you. Moving on to page 26, Chief Martinez, property address 3800 Galt Ocean Drive, owner Galt Ocean Club Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 21110043. This case was first heard on 3/17/22 to comply by 9/13/22. One section complied at $100. Total accrued. And we don't have. They don't have power of attorney, but they still want to hear the case. Oh, okay. Yeah. Total accrued fines, $26,000. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,275.
Chief Martinez representing the city, case and address as read. Case is complied. City is requesting an admin cost of $1,275.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 30, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address. Is it 1640? Yeah. 1640 Northwest 5th Ave. Owner, AIM Partners LLC. Case number BE 24070282. This case was first heard on 4/17/25 to comply by 8/21/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $1,350, which continues to accrue.
Preston Mark, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. However, I have received an email and also spoke with the owner, beneficiary of the property, who indicated that they were in the process of getting all the permits in for review, and also they had looked into getting Board of Adjusters to consider approving what was existing. At this time, we would like to offer an extension of 126 days for the permits to be issued and state fines.
Okay, so ordered.
Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, the city is taking a 5-minute recess. Thank you.
Yes, please.
And this concludes all of our respondents. Next case is on page 1. Preston, we're in session. Thank you. Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 701 Royal Plaza Drive, owner Arrowhead Hill Country Properties, Seco Creek, LLC, case number BE 251-00176. Notice posted at the property on 12/17/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Good morning, Senior Inspector Rich, presenting for the City of Fort Lauderdale. Case and address are as read. Case was originally cited on October 23rd, 2025, and the following violation was cited. 47-21.9.m, there is missing ground lawn cover on this undeveloped parcel as per zone and landscape requirements. Inspection report was mailed on October 24, 2025 to owner listed in BCPA by the admin staff as a pre-hearing inspection on January 13, 2026. The violation remains. No ground cover has been installed. The city is requesting 35 days or $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 200 South Birch Road, 1207, owner Vincent Speranza, case number BE 2412-0081. Jose is not here? Page 2, seniors. Okay, everybody checked out? It was Alex that we were waiting for.
What about page 2?
Yeah, we don't have any inspectors. Yeah. Back to page 1. Is everybody here? Thank you. Property address 200 South Birch Road, 1207, owner Vincent Speranza, case number BE 2412-0081. Notice posted at the property on 10/20/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105.1, for bathroom alteration, bathtub converted into shower, new plumbing fixtures, and recessive light fixtures. The case was opened on December 13, 2024. Inspection report was made on December 13, 2024. Final notice was made on January 21st, 2025. Notice of hearing posted at the property on October 1st, 2025. Plumbing permit issue, but not any permit for structural and electrical. For that, we are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1001 Indiana Ave, owner 1001 Indiana LLC, case number BE 2507-0133. Notice posted at the property on 11/26/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Saragusti, on behalf of the city, presenting the case as read. The property was cited for work without permit under Florida Building Code 2023, Section 105, for complete remodeling, structural, and mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, also new windows and doors. The case was opened in July 14, 2025. Inspection report was made on July 15, 2025. A notice of hearing posted at the property on October 1st, 2025. No permit issue for this property. We are asking the magistrate to find the violation exists to grant the property owner 61 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 2, Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, Property address 1620 West State Road 84, case number BE 25090180. Owner WMC Morris Post, number 36, American Legion, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 12/10/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address is read. There are expired permits related to this property. Requiring inspections were not scheduled and the permit was left to expire. The city is requesting 126-day to comply or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 4, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 701 Royal Plaza Drive, case number BE 251-00254. Owner Arrowhead Hill Country Property, Seco Creek LLC. Notice posted at the property on 10/31/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of 1/7/2026 remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 126 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 811 Southwest 4th Street, 1-4. Case number BE 241100038. Owner 811 Fort Lauderdale LLC. Notice posted at the property on 12/5/25. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: new PVC fence and a shed. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Did you say 150? 50?
126.
No, the
50.
fine. 50? Okay, thank you. So ordered.
Property address 1412 Northeast 6th Street. Case number BE 25070323. Owner Javier Araya, John Jeffrey Ozwecki. Notice posted at the property on 10/27/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: pergola at the back of the property. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 1448 Southwest 28th Ave. Case number BE 25080027. Owner Shamana Tavia Snowden. Christian homestead exempted Christian Sawyer. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/25. Posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: carport being enclosed without issued permits. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 5, property address 2460 Southwest 15th Court. Case number BE 25070256. Owner Zeta M. Brault. Notice posted at the property on 11/26/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Martinez, on behalf of the city, presenting case as read. This building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: new trellis, pool, and a pool deck. The city will request 126 days to comply or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Your Honor, if I could just amend the request, if you don't mind, I'd like a higher fine. I mean, the property owner is not here. There's a new pool that's been installed.
Sorry, the contractor was here, but he couldn't talk, so he came early.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
All right, so ordered.
So the 600.
Yeah. They already applied for
Page
the
6 at the bottom, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 1216 Guava Isle. Oh wait, we gotta go back and do page, at the top of page 6, sorry. Property address 15 Southwest 18th Ave, 1-2, owner Goran Dragoslavic. Case number BE 25090082. Notice posted at the property on 12/5/25. Notice posted at 1 East Bar Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. Their expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
At the bottom of page 6, property address 1216 Guava Isle, case number BE 25090186. Owner, Ghislaine Sedano Wagenfor, Jorge Jr. Wagenfor. Notice posted at the property on 12/10/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard, 12/31/25.
President Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. Their expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that violations exist and grant the property owner 91 days to come in compliance or a fine of $150 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Yeah.
91 days and 150, a repeat offender.
Page 7, property address 1406 Northeast 15th Ave, case number BE 25080097. Owner, Sakla LLC. Notice posted at the property on 11/7/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Preston Magman, Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for 2 violations. Florida Building Code 2023 111.1.1. The use and occupancy of this dwelling has been changed from its originally permitted occupancy classification of a single-family resident with a guest house to a multifamily dwelling without obtaining the required permits or certificate of occupancy. The second violation is for Florida Building Code 2023 105.1. The building has been illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to the renovation of the main house and also the renovation of the guest house at the back without obtaining permits for structural changes, plumbing, electrical, and mechanical. The case was opened 8/14/2025, inspection report mailed 8/18/2025, and special magistrate notice mailed 10/2/2025. I spoke with the owner, Mr. Wilson, who was here for the hearing. However, he had to leave. He indicated that he would, he's in the process of getting the plans and permits to the building department for review. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 8, property address 3024 Northeast 23rd Court, case number BE 24060021. Owner, Rachel Ellen Tefteller and Richard Adam Tefteller. Notice posted at the property on 10/31/25, posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Preston Malvin, Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for 2 violations. First violation under City Code 47-19.3D, a mooring. There are dolphin piles which were being installed in the canalway at the side of this, adjacently to the side of this property without the required permits. Also violation Florida Building Code 2023 105.1. This building was illegally altered and construction work illegally performed without permits in the following manner, but not limited to the installation of new dolphin piles and a new boat lift without permits. Case was opened 6/5/2024. Inspection report mailed 8/14/2025. And special magistrate notice mailed 10/2/2025. The contractor did attend the hearing. However, he was unable to speak on behalf of the owner as he did not have a letter to speak. The records did show that at present there are no permits submitted. However, he did advised me and showed me documentation that he has all the requirement documents submitted to Broward County for review. Once the review has been completed with Broward, he would then submit to the city for permitting. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 126 days to come in compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 9, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave, case number BE 25070122, owner Terra Nova Investments North America LLC. Notice posted at the property on 10/28/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first inspected on July 11, 2025 by previous Inspector Williams, and the following violations were observed. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to chain link fence. 47-19.5.E.7, the chain link fencing is not being maintained in good condition or the fence is unsupported. Inspection report mailed out on July 14, 2025, scheduled for special magistrate on September 25, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 12, 2026, and the violations remain with no change, no permit applications. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day for each violation thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 601 Northwest 22nd Road, case number BE 25070247, owner Loretta Anaya Rodriguez, Hector M. Rodriguez, and all others. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first inspected on July 29, 2025 by previous Inspector Williams, and a courtesy notice was posted to the property. After researching the system, the following violation was found: 18-7B, property boarded without a certificate. Inspection report mailed out on August 12, 2025, scheduled for special magistrate on October 2nd, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 12, 2026, and the violation remains with no change, no permit applications. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 10, property address 1300 North Federal Highway, owner Graco Motors LLC, Metro Motors Ventures Inc., case number BE 25090096. Notice delivered via personal service on 11/19/25. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first inspected on September 12, 2025, and the following violation was found: Section 28-155.8-F in parentheses. The existing fire backflow prevention device has not been tested for the subsequent recertification as per City of Fort Lauderdale Municipal Code of Ordinances, Chapter 25-153, 28-155. Final notice mailed out on September 17, 2025, scheduled for special magistrate on October 28, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 13, 2026, and the violation remains. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to the bottom of page 10, property address 1519 Northeast 26th Ave, case number BE 25080088, owner Gevorg Shabazian and Oscar Kabiza. Notice posted at the and all others. Notice posted at the property on 11/19/25, posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first inspected on August 14, 2025, and the following violations were observed: 47-19.1.C. No accessory use or structure shall be permitted to be used if the principal structure is no longer in use. There is outdoor storage of construction materials on the property. 47-21.11.A. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and/or its swale. Inspection report mailed out on August 15, 2025, scheduled for special magistrate on October 28, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 13, 2026, and the violations remain. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter for each violation.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 11, property address 1523 Northeast 26th Ave, case number BE 2508-0102. Owner, Gevorg Shabazian, Oscar Kabiza, and all others. Notice posted at the property on 11/19/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This case was first inspected on August 15, 2025, and the following violations were observed. 47-19.1.c. No accessory use or structure shall be permitted to be used if the principal structure is no longer in use. There is outdoor storage of construction materials on the property. 47-21.11.8. There is overgrowth, trash, rubbish, and debris on this property and or its swell. Inspection report mailed out on August 15, 2025, scheduled for special magistrate on October 28, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 13, 2026, and the violations remain. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter for each violation.
So ordered.
Property address 2508 Middle River Drive, case number BE 2412-0118. Owner, East Capital Investments, LLC. Notice posted at the property on 10/27/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This case was first inspected by previous Inspector Williams on December 21st, 2024, and the following violations were observed. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to temporary fence. Inspection report mailed out on December 23, 2024, scheduled for a special magistrate on October 1st, 2025. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on January 9, 2026, and the violation remains. There is a permit on file BLD-GEN-25010410, which is in the pending master status as of September 23, 2025. The master permit BLD-RNC-22120018 is in awaiting client reply as of January 13, 2026, and has not been issued to date. Until the master permit is issued, the temp fence permits will remain on hold. City is requesting 126 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
At the bottom of page 11, Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 315 Northeast 3rd Ave, 103, case number BE 2507-0239, owner, Perfect Circle International, Inc. Notice posted at the property on 10/27/25. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
12, property address 2185 Imperial Point Drive, owner Altus IG Real Estate LLC, case number BE 2508-0167. Notice posted at the property on 10/31/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or $100 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 13, property address 2500 Northeast 48th Lane, 306. Case number BE 2509-0119. Owner, Irene A. and Leonardo Zing. Notice posted at the property on 10/31/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance or $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 14, Inspector Russell Castile, property address 512 Victoria Terrace, owner Todd Adam Barna, case number BE 25080179. Notice posted at the property on 10/28/25. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for expired permit under FBC 2023, Section 105.3.2.1. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 17 at the bottom, property address 6200 North Federal Highway, owner 6200 North Federal LLC, case number BE 25070267. Notice posted at the property on 10/31/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Russell Castile, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. The property was cited for expired permit under FBC 2023, Section 105.3.2.1. The case has not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 126 days to comply, or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 18, Inspector Severian Nescu, property address 101 South Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard, 210, case number BE 25080153, owner Anastasia Ruggieri, homestead exempted, and David Ruggieri. Notice posted at the property on 11/14/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionesque, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Property address 111 East Los Olos Boulevard, case number BE 25080161, owner TIITF, State of Florida. Notice posted at the property 11/10/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionesque, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Moving on to page 19, property address 1600 South Andrews Ave, owner North Broward Hospital District, case number BE 25080206. Notice posted at the property on 12/5/25, posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard, 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionesque, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. City requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 20, property address 2021 Southeast 10th Ave, owner Village East Condo Association, Inc., case number BE 25080045. Notice delivered via personal service on 10/20/25, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionesque, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. City requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Also on page 20, property address 2413 Flamingo Lane, owner Nathaniel Hicks, case number BE 25090025. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/25, Notice posted at 1 East Route Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionescu, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. City is requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 21, property address 2880 Northeast 25th Street. Owner VLP Consulting LLC. Case number BE 25080145. Notice posted at the property on 11/24/25. Posted at 1 East Route Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionescu, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Page 22, property address 4280 Gulf Ocean Drive 5D. Case number BE 25080152. Owner Italo Lunardo. Notice posted at the property on 12/8/25. Notice posted at 1 East Route Boulevard on 12/31/25.
Building Inspector Jimmy Lugo for the city on behalf of Severian Ionescu, presenting the case and address as read. Expired permit related to this property as stated in today's agenda. The case has not complied. The city is requesting 126 days to comply or 50 per day thereafter.
So ordered.
Good job, Jimmy. Page 23, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 518 Northwest 13th Ave. Owner Terra Nova Investments North America LLC. Case number BE 25040065. This property was cited on 4/23/25 to comply by 4/23/25. One section complied at $500. Appeal deadline 5/8/25. No appeal received. City is requesting to impose $500.
So,
You would have to read it? Or
No.
not? Okay. Last time they made me read it, so that's why I'm.
Oh, yeah, I called your name, sorry.
okay, all right, so ordered.
Thank you. Property address 2848 Northeast 25th Court. Case number BE 25020128. Owner Hoare Ridge Home LLC. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $850.
So ordered.
Property address, page 24. Property address 220 Southwest 21st Street. Owner Brian McDonald, Maria Juliana Patino. Case number BE 24080251. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $2,300. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $992.
So ordered.
Property address 1261 Southwest 32nd Street. Owner Lorraine Stephanie Hernandez. Case number BE 25040148. This property was cited on 5/30/25 to comply by 6/10/25. One section complied at $250. Appeal deadline 6/14/25. No appeal received. The city is requesting to impose $250.
So ordered.
Page 25, nope. Which one? Oh, sorry, yes. Page 25 at the top. Property address 3537 Gulf Ocean Drive. Owner 3537 Gulf Ocean Drive LLC. Case number BE 25010048. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,450. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,176.
So ordered.
Page 27, property address 1919 Sunrise Key Boulevard. Case number BE 24050070. Owner Guy K. Johnson, Dennis D'Alessio. This case was first heard on 1/16/25 to comply by 3/20/25. Fines suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines, $8,050. City is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,228.
So ordered.
Property address 1930 East Sunrise Boulevard. Owner Cordova Road LLC. Case number BE 241-00177. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $250.
So ordered.
Page 28, property address 2172 Northeast 62nd Street. Tatiana Mendez, Roger Sina Silva, case number BE 25010080. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 10/16/25. One section not complied at $50. Total accrued fines, $4,500. The city is requesting a 28-day extension.
28 days, and we'll suspend the fines during that
Yes.
time. So ordered.
Page 29, property address 829 Northwest 19th Ave. Owner Holdings of RJ Seeds LLC, case number BE 24090003. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines, $1,200. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $900.
So ordered.
Property address 1221 Southwest 29th Street. Did we? I read that in? Okay. Page 30 at the bottom. Property address 2500 Del Lago Drive. Owner Nicholas D. Oh, we didn't do this one. Oh, okay. My apologies. Property address 2426 Key Largo Lane. Case number BE 24090021. Owner Anthony Minella. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $950.
So ordered.
Property address 2500 Del Lago Drive. Owner Nicholas D. DiCello. Case number BE 25010103. This case was first heard on 5/15/25 to comply by 9/18/25. One section complied at $100. City is requesting to abate fines.
So ordered.
At this time, we would like to have all the cases listed on page 32 into the record as rescheduled, closed, or withdrawn.
So ordered.
Thank you. This concludes our January 15th, 2026 special magistrate hearing for the Building Division.